Welcome back, everybody, to Trade Waiters Podcast, Comic Book Club, where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan, we're brothers, we read comics.
We sure do. And you listen to us talk about it.
I sure do.
We
Me
force
personally?
you. Yeah.
Or no, other people.
Other people. You do too, because you have to edit. But,
Yeah.
but other people sometimes listen.
Yeah. Well, they probably like... I would hope that people have like read certain things that we review, and then they just...
That's ideal.
They just get our takes on it.
They participate in the conversation with themselves, and people look at them like they're crazy.
And hopefully we say the things that they think.
And they're like, oh, yeah.
That's totally what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, and then sometimes, you know what? Quick aside, go follow us on places.
Sure.
YouTube. We normally do that at the end. Sometimes I'm sure people just are like, yeah, whatever, fuck these guys.
Go like our shit.
We got
5 stars on podcast places.
Yeah, we got a YouTube. Daniel works really hard on. There's visuals, so you can see what we're talking about. And
I think it's a much better experience.
Even harder. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll show
Or
you the
follow
panels.
us on Twitter at TradeWaitersPod and tweet at us. Like this one person who I think doesn't listen to our podcast, but tweeted at us because she said, I binged every podcast discussion of Ducks from @creator. And yours was the most well-matched for the material in terms of depth and thoughtfulness. Thank you for those great episodes.
Ducks? Is that a person?
That's a book. And it's actually like a very popular comic book. It was on like Obama's like books of the year.
Okay.
And we have not read Ducks. So I assume that this person listened to somebody else talk about Ducks. And then maybe she listens to us too. But accidentally tweeted at us, even though we've never...
What's her play here?
Well, we should read Ducks, I think.
You think that's a recommendation?
That could be... Yeah, it's a recommendation. And then I think what we should do is we should read it and then reply to that tweet. Because I've just liked it, and I took it and ran with it because I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, this looks cool.
It's like a for real good book, from what I've heard, by Kate Beaton or something.
Okay, yeah.
And... I think we should read it now and then respond to her with the link for the future episode.
I don't know how you listen to our podcast before we recorded this, or even were aware of this book.
I think that'd be so funny.
I guess we have to now. Yeah,
yeah. It would. I think that'd be hilarious.
That's the move. Okay,
I think
we already got our book for next week. So
yeah, absolutely. So
I'll put our next week theme song like at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
I had ideas of what we were going to do, but no, we're doing Ducks.
We got the suggestion. So if you want to give us a compliment on a book that we haven't read, you can follow us at TradeWaitersPod at Twitter,
and we'll probably read it.
And we'll probably read it and be like, well, I hope this falls in line with what compliments he gave us. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Did
it look like a real account? Like, did you look at their account?
No, it's like a for real account. Yeah.
Is there another Trade Waiters that we don't know about that like did Ducks?
I think there is another Trade Waiters, but we're Trade Waiters Pod down, Daniel.
Right.
And we're better.
I like that there's a mix up and maybe we get a fan that way. I don't know.
we're
get a listener.
Yeah.
But anyway, we normally we have all kinds of segments like the book not Trade Waiters.
It's all Trade Waiters, baby.
Yeah, the poll list, Back Matter Matters. And then what we're going to read next week. But normally we would start with the news.
And no different today.
Yep.
We're not changing the format.
We already changed it. She fucked it up.
I guess so, yeah.
Nathan.
Dana, what's going on in the news?
Quite a bit of news, I think. Jerry Duggan and Scott Koblish coming out with their Substack book. It's coming out in print. It's called The Giant Cock Jew.
Whoa.
Coming out April 12th.
Scott Koblish, huh?
Yeah, the Deadpool team.
I was about to say, we just read something from... Oh, yeah, it is the Deadpool team, huh?
So The Giant Cock Jew is about a kaiju who is terrorizing a city, but also has to fuck every once in a while.
Okay. I was wondering where they're going to go with that. I didn't know if it was going to look like a big cock.
No, I'll show you. It looks cool.
Okay, that's good. It looks cool.
I think Image is publishing it. I think that's where I saw, because I heard about him. I heard him talk about it.
Oh, spelled K-O-K.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Daniel, big news.
Let's hear it.
DC's April Fool's Day variants. Have you heard about these?
Not at all.
Okay, DC celebrates April Fool's Day this year with 3 special variant covers, each illustrated by acclaimed writer Tom King.
Oh my God.
He's going to do 3 covers for 3 different books.
Nathan, I was gonna save this for later, but I wanted to show you something.
Oh shit!
It's not a gift for you, so don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not interested then.
Do you know what this is?
Is that a blank cover of Batman that you're gonna get illustrated? Oh, the wedding!
I'm gonna fucking try.
You're gonna try. What are you gonna try and do? 'Cause that's the wedding. That's the wedding issue.
It sure is. This is the only one from his run that I saw that had the blank one. I just want him to draw on it.
You picked it up years ago in anticipation.
No, I got an order from my comic shop.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This was like $6. So
You're gonna try and get Tom King to draw on it.
I
Since
would like
it's the
that a
wedding
lot.
issue, you should get him to illustrate you and Sarah.
I think that's too specific a request.
I
just want a drawing.
He's
Okay?
such a good artist, though.
That's hilarious. I'll buy all the variants
Yeah, I'm going to as well.
because I saw him post a picture of like the
Of like a
the
page.
sheet. Yeah, I'm like,
Like a legit comic book.
it's so
page.
big. I wonder if he's gonna put like effort into it or just like
I think he'll put a little bit more effort into it, but it'll still be very clear that
Like he'll fill up the page.
that this should have never happened. So, yeah, he tweeted that photo of like the artist page, like the blank artist page, and he's like, where did it all go wrong?
that's funny.
So,
Speaking of Tom King, Nathan, Tom King will be on Wonder Woman with Daniel Sampier.
Daniel Sampier. Okay, cool.
So
I
think he's gonna be on like the last issue of this current run, and then it'll restart at 1.
the last issue of this current Wonder Woman run.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
interesting.
Yeah, so I guess he's like ending it and then starting it, kind of thing.
Wow.
So, or he'll set up his kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
So that's part of the Donna DC stuff, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nathan, speaking of Batman writers, Chip Zdarsky announced that on August 23rd, I guess Daredevil's going to end or something. He posted a picture saying the saga ends.
Yep.
So
I think he's ending his run. So
Sounds like it.
thank goodness. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to stop? It's about time.
Yeah. Thank fucking God.
Get him out of here.
No one wants to see his great comic books with him and Marco Cicchetto. Yeah, I did see that.
I think Marco Cicchetto is coming back for like the end of it, or unless he's on it currently.
I don't think he's on it currently, but
I think he is coming back for
he's
the
on
end.
covers maybe, but
So.
So the picture that Chip posted was like a reference like to the first Daredevil cover that he did for his run. So I don't know if you caught that, but I just know that.
Not.
So pretty cool.
Cool.
I did see that, and then
And speaking of Batman the Cape Crusader found its home at Amazon Studios and is been picked up for 2 seasons.
so that's the J.J. Abrams and Bruce Timm one.
Yes, the show thing that was supposed to be on HBO Max, but then
And then they
Got cut, I guess.
everything, and now I guess they're selling off the stuff.
It's
so
bizarre.
I'm glad that this is coming back in some capacity.
yeah,
Potentially the same. Oh, didn't they renew it for like 2 seasons too?
2, yeah.
That's awesome.
I said that.
Very good news. We got Daniel Warren Johnson writing and drawing a Darth Vader story for Darth Vader Black, White, and Red #3. So that should be pretty cool.
He's just doing one.
He's just doing one, yeah.
That's cool though.
There's also like a Jason Aaron like story in that same issue, so I'll probably pick up that one specifically.
Which one is it? Do you know?
It's Star Wars: Darth Vader Black, White, and Red #3.
Oh, I did see that. Okay,
Yeah. So that should be pretty cool.
nice.
We love some DWJ.
Those are normally anthologies, yeah.
Yeah, normally
Sick.
they'll have like 3 or 4 stories from like different creative teams.
Cool.
Daniel, did you see the Zack Snyder stuff?
Yeah, I guess he posted a video and it had the dark side saying to save the date because he's getting married or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
From April 28th to the 30th. It's like a weekend. It sounds like, I assume it'll probably just be like the Snyder Cut being in theaters for a weekend.
Yeah, it won't be anything continuing.
No.
Because they just started something
Because why
new.
would it be like a weekend?
Yeah, and they just started something new. Oh, yeah, that's true. It was like a whole weekend thing.
If it was like a date, I'd be like, what the fuck's coming out? You know what I mean?
How many people like took off work just to like right now just be like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I would never take off work from something I'm not sure is going to happen.
But people
some I learned on
surely
Twitter.
have for this.
I don't know. Are people that big of fans?
Yes.
Wow.
They got a whole HBO Max Snyder cut.
Dude, I
because of
would
it,
not
so-
want to sit in a theater for 4 hours because my popcorn's
Well,
gone
we don't-
before the movie starts, you know?
Yeah, you particularly are an animal.
Because
So,
that's when the popcorn's hot. At least
Yeah.
you could leave since I've seen it already and then go get more.
I'm not going to go see this in
after like the
theaters,
2
to
hour
be
mark.
clear.
Yeah, I know. But still,
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably a theatrical release or something.
if it's something else, that would be surprising, especially with everything else.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect, but I think he nailed it.
And speaking of DC Universe, James Gunn was just announced to write and direct Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
That's coming out in 2025 or
Pretty
whatever.
cool. He had a nice message. He's like, I'm dedicated to this to my dad. And I wasn't going to direct it initially. And then I was like, you know what? I will. And that's pretty cool. I think he'll do a good job.
Yeah, that's best case scenario in my opinion. I think he could do really well with that, and I'm excited for that.
I think so too. I worry about the amount of work on his plate, but you know what? I'll just
Apparently, he's been writing it since last year. So
yeah, he's like done writing it for sure. He's also launching a bunch of other projects, so they're just like, are the amount of meetings gonna impact what he does for Superman? And I hope not. But
Well,
even if it does, it'd still be probably better than what DC would have done before.
he can't possibly get any more grays, Nathan. So I think he'll be okay.
That's true. He fully committed onto the Grays.
Yeah, he's a white fox.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Nathan, speaking of adaptations, Sweet Tooth season 2 is coming April 27th.
Whoa, that's soon.
Yeah, like a month.
That's awesome. I should finish it.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No, I'm like halfway through, and I'm really enjoying it.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm almost done.
They announced that like Barry, the last season of Barry is coming out in April too, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't finish season 3. And that I was like listening to like old episodes of ours, and I was talking about how I started season 3, and that was like a year ago. So
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
oh crap,
Yeah, I got to get to that.
it's so easy just to forget stuff.
Daniel, news for me.
News
From me to you.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've purchased a original page of art
No way, that's sick.
from one Christian Ward
Whoa,
from a book I haven't read. So we need to read it.
Is it
now.
ODYC?
It's Odyssey because he was leaving Cadence Comic Art, which was the distributor. They got a lot of great creators on there, but he's moving away from them for some reason, probably because he's all digital.
How does it look?
And
Can I see it?
you know, I don't have a picture of it because they took down all of his stuff from the Cadence Comic Art thing. I could have sworn I screenshotted it.
You didn't get a fucking like confirmation email?
I did just pay for it, and I haven't heard anything back. So
That sounds very sketchy, Nathan.
it's not sketchy.
It
They're
sounds
for
like
real.
you didn't get it.
No, hopefully I didn't. But it was 60% off anyway, so I would have only sunk about $125.
Is that Matt Fraction?
Matt Fraction, yeah. It was like Christian Ward's first comic, and it was like with Matt Fraction, and now we have to
Really?
read it so that I can know what the page is. Because
We also have to read Silver Surfer Black.
because you bought something,
I bought a print of like Trad Moore's, and it had of that book.
It was like a high end print thing, right?
Yeah. It was like one of those It was like from Mondo,
Yeah. Okay.
and so I think he gets like a kick from that.
Okay. I'm
So-
glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I need to have this. I don't even care about the book. Like, I need Trad Moore art. you
Yeah,
know?
that's the same thing. I was like, this is the only time I'll be able to buy Christian Ward art, especially at like $100, which is criminal. I feel like,
But
it was his first book, and not a lot of people know about it. I feel like,
Yeah.
because it's not like I'd be getting a Black Bolt page for that much, or
Didn't
like
Parker read that?
Odyssey. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't he say he liked it?
I don't know. I'll have to talk to him
I
about it.
don't know if Parker has ever disliked a comic. Has he ever talked shit about something?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in like Batman a lot of the time.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't he give you a Batman book to read?
yeah. He liked that one
Oh,
because
okay.
it was weird, and I agree, it was weird, and I liked it a lot.
Okay.
He likes Damage though, so like, couldn't I really? What is like the gauge for like what he likes and what he doesn't like?
Do we trust him?
I don't know.
Half of the time, I do not.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm friends with him.
We need to get him on.
So yeah, once I get that page, which hopefully is soon, I don't know. I just emailed about when I'll get tracking and stuff, but we should read that.
All right.
because it seems like it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Good page too. It's also going to come with a print, so I'll see what it looks like in color too. So it'll be like side by side.
Cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was neat.
You got to double frame it, you know?
I will.
Because I was like, Christian War is definitely
He's very colorful.
and I think I like him because his color just accentuates his art.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, okay, that's
and
cool.
there were a couple pages that were like that. Like he very clearly just did like some pencils just to get some sort of foundation, and then he did everything else in like colors, it seemed like, as far as adding like a lot of the depth, you know, to characters and all that stuff. So like there wasn't a whole lot of shading and stuff, it seemed like, on most of those pages.
Yeah.
But regardless, this one was still like his trippy like art style.
Okay.
Even in pencil. So I was pretty excited by that.
I can't wait to like read that and be like, oh, I bought this one.
Like, there's my page.
Yeah.
It's probably going to have like some really controversial on there or something. I'll be like, yep.
Like a dog dies or something.
No, I made sure that didn't happen. But there's some weird looking monsters that I was just like, I was looking at all the pages and I was like, this is a monster with 3 boobies, you know?
Oh, yeah, and was that the one you bought?
That's not the one that I wanted to have in the background of my work meetings, you know?
That's the one I would want. I'd put it right like there.
Good conversation starter.
Yeah.
Any other news, Daniel?
That's it.
I think that's all for me too. Oh, actually, Mike Diodato is going to be on The Flash.
Mike Diodato. Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, which is interesting because I would never think of him.
Who's writing that?
Cy Spurrier.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's quite a matchup.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder how he'll do with
like-
drawing small people.
I know, because whenever I think of him drawing people, they're fucking huge.
Maybe
like muscular.
Maybe he's more like the Not All Robots Diodato, and then he'll
I assume so.
he just makes the Flash fucking huge and super fast. You know?
Yeah, I saw the cover for it. Actually, I don't think that was Diodato now I think about it. But yeah, I think he'll tone down that. It's not like he only knows how to draw like huge berserker unbound men, you know.
But he's so good at it.
But he is very good at it. So I hope there's at least one buff guy. Maybe he's a villain, you know.
I like read his books just because to see how big these guys are.
I'm like, how big are they today?
Yeah.
So pretty cool. I'll probably pick that one up. I'm gonna pick up a lot of the Donna DC books, I think, just to like support it in some way.
What is that? Is that like a
It's just
rebirth
like-
kind of thing?
It's kind of like it's not rebirth because it's not resetting things, but it's like just new series for characters and squads or whatever that don't normally have books ongoing. So like there's that Doom Patrol one that's coming out. There's going to be like a new Green Arrow thing. There's going to be like 3 original characters, I think, that are coming out. There's a Cyborg book.
We talked about this, right?
Yeah, we talked about all of this.
Okay.
And so
When is that coming?
it like starts in April, I want to say.
Okay.
Maybe May, but
Cool.
yeah, because I'm trying to like cut down on the amount of number ones I pick up just willy-nilly, you know?
Yeah.
But I think I want to pick up most of those because they're really pushing for it.
Right.
And I hate when DC's just like 16 Batman books and then you have Wonder Woman, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Nathan, what did we read this week?
This week we read Blue and Gold by Dan Jurgens and Ryan Sook.
Mostly
those two. There were some fill-in artists as well. Coley Hamner, Phil. Who am I thinking? Phil Hester.
Oh yeah.
He was in one. I forgot about that. And then colored by Chris Sotomayor mainly. Ryan Sook did some. Steve Buccioletto, and lettered by Rob Lee.
Nathan, are you proud of yourself
Dude.
for making us read this?
What did you think of this book, Daniel?
I was just all right. You know, is there's some good stuff I liked in it overall. I didn't hate it, but you know, definitely not my favorite book that we've reviewed. It kind of gave me like a little shock. I'm like, what if I'm picking up a book and it just ends up being like this? You know, like it's like, I guess, promising at first, and then it's just kind of the same, and then it just ends. You know.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I need to catch up on the books that I've read, you know, just so I'm not just keep buying something that's just like,
yeah, you have tons of books that you're picking up past like issue 8. I
Right.
assume that you haven't read.
So a couple of things I did like about it. I like that Booster Gold is actually gold in like his gold parts. He's not just yellow.
And his gold parts.
Yeah.
what does that mean? His dick's gold?
You know exactly what I mean. Yeah. Like I love.
Yeah, he's
in
not yellow.
art-
He's like a shiny.
I love when like artwork, when you're able to use like colors and blend it to make it look actually gold, which is like super fun because it's really hard.
Yeah.
I like the OG Blue Beetle costume and just Ted Cord in general.
Dude,
It's just
I
really
love his
fun.
fucking big goggles, especially the way that Ryan Sook draws it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dan Jurgens definitely nails like Booster Gold's like voice,
100%.
I feel like some people might try like a little bit too hard or maybe not get it.
Well, he is the original creator.
Right,
So
right.
Think,
So, I mean,
but he still got it,
you
which
can
I
create
appreciate.
something and then someone do it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely stopped reading like the streaming comments like pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, I really like this book.
Oh my God. Of course you do.
There's
You're
a couple
in denial.
reasons.
You're in
I'm not in
denial.
denial, Daniel. And there's a couple things that I don't like about it. Specifically, I do think that, so like a big part of this book is that Booster Gold's a live streamer, which I think is a really funny idea because
For maybe an issue.
no, well, yeah, there's some live stream comments that are just like their own like chat bubble things.
Yeah.
And some of them don't really capture what I think a live stream audience would really chat.
And it's very
Unless it was like a live stream of like 100 people. Because there's like conversations happening that are just kind of like about what's going on or just like who their favorite superheroes are or whatever. And those I feel like you can skip. And I think that's okay because if I'm tuning into a live stream, I'm not reading every single chat message,
Yeah.
If it comes across my eye, like maybe I'll read it, but it's not important.
It feels like what it would be like if we started streaming the podcast live, There's like
and of all you cringe motherfuckers.
and there's only like 6 people talking,
Yeah.
Total.
So I think that they do use it in good ways, like
Good ways.
like 2 times.
Okay.
And I think you missed one of them. So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You
But
don't even have to tell
I
me. I
think
will
the-
live the rest of my life knowing that I maybe missed something that made this entire book of streaming comments
You'll understand when we get
worth
there.
it.
But yeah, I need to tell you what you missed.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that like they'd maybe went a little bit too much on that.
They sure did.
But I'd still like the idea that he's like Booster Gold's his character is trying to be famous. And so eventually like a superhero would try live streaming and that would be fucking awesome content, by the way.
Yeah.
When you're like people could die like on stream,
Yeah.
and that's sick. That's good content. So I think it's an interesting idea, but I think everything around this too, like what they're trying to do and like the dynamic between Booster Gold and Blue Beetle continues to be like pretty fun. I think I just like dynamic duo combos because I really love like Quantum and Woody and I really love like the Heroes for Hire. So I think I have like a little bit of a sweet spot for that and I realized that
For
while I
buddy
was reading
cop
this.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, buddy cop kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like, especially when there's like pretty drastic differences between the two dynamics, There's always like a straight man and then like the
Yeah.
comic relief or whatever.
Yeah, and I think these two both bring their own like flavor to that, where Booster Gold's just like this blinding confidence, and then Blue Beetle is just like pretty smart, like with his technology and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was fun. I think Ryan Sook's really good as well. And how can you call a book that Phil Hester is on just okay?
His issue was good.
Okay.
His number 7 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but yeah, I did like this. So let's get into it.
Why don't you buy it?
I did buy it, most of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you?
I think I did actually pick up all the issues.
No.
And then I used
buy the
this show
trade.
that we do to. I did buy the trade digitally.
No, buy it physically.
Nope.
And give it to all your friends.
I'm not going to give it to anybody.
Be like, you need to determine everything. Everything about my taste based off this book.
Sometimes I don't need to give books to people, Daniel. Sometimes books are just for me, and you don't have to like them too.
And this is one. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Justice League is captured in like an alien spaceship. And
Did you talk to Dan Jurgens when he was at Comic-Con a couple years ago?
No, I don't think.
It was like
When was it?
the same year as Rebirth. Because I went to a panel that he did, and like literally everyone was talking about like why Rebirth is happening, and it was super fucking annoying. Like I left. I was in like the front row, and I like left
Really?
because people were like, "Why is this a reboot?" And
Did you dress up that year? What year was it? Was it
I
Joker
don't-
year?
You know what? I think I went with a friend, and I went on like a Friday or something. So I think we went on like different days.
I think there was a year that I missed to go on a trip. I think that might have been the year.
College, but
'Cause
like
I was also in college.
yeah, but like
I think.
later. I mean, I didn't start reading until you were in college. So
Right. No, I think I missed that year.
damn.
But that's cool that he was here.
Because I just knew him as like the Superman writer
Death of
at
Superman.
the time.
Yeah.
Did he
Or
do
just
Death
Superman.
of Superman? I
Yeah.
think he was writing Rebirth at the time. No, he was maybe doing 52.
He was
Or
probably
something.
on there.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry to disrupt. So
All good. So the Justice League is captured and they're in like an alien spaceship, and Booster Gold, in the pursuit of fame, has decided to live stream his saving of the Justice League to help him get invited into the Justice League. And when that doesn't go so well, Skeets runs off and goes to get Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, to step in and help. And so, yeah, so this is when we first see the live stream stuff. It's a little much at first. I will admit to that.
It's still a bit much.
If you read everything, this book does take a lot longer, and I think that it's fine if you skip it. Especially because this is not what like a live stream audience would like be typing into like a platform.
I think someone just told Dan Jurgens about streaming.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. It doesn't feel like he did the research to like, watch
just go
a
on
Twitch
streamer for like a second.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't like watch someone play Call of Duty and see how like people were reacting, or he didn't watch like a in real life like an IRL stream for like someone big. So I think Dan Jurgens still texts people like he's in like 2000.
Yeah,
where you'd like type things deliberately wrong to be kind of cool,
like where, then R, and then
yeah, pretty much. So that's what this all feels like. So that's a little bit hard sometimes, but it makes sense that like this character would be doing this kind of thing, and that's why I think it's funny.
Sure, I didn't realize his name is Michael.
It's Michael Carter or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I was like, is that a basketball player? Sounds like it would be.
Vince Carter and Michael Jordan.
Those are two basketball players. How good is Ryan Sook, Daniel?
He's pretty good. Some of his faces I thought were like good, but it was definitely like his style,
Yeah, I like.
And his eyes are like a little bit bigger than I like expect.
That's what I like about it.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it like makes expressions like very clear.
Yeah,
and I like that a lot. And I like how Chris Sotomayor colors him specifically. Like every time I see
nails it.
Ryan Sook stuff, it's awesome. I think he did some when Bendis was getting on Superman. They were doing Man of Steel, and I think Ryan Sook did an issue, and that was like one of my favorite books I've ever read.
What is it like, Andy Reese or something?
What
was it like, Reese or Reyes or something like that?
Ivan Reese did his Superman mainline run. And he did the first and last issue of Man of Steel or something like that.
Okay.
But they had rotating artists on that. Like Doc Shaner did one as well. That was a good issue. So they get inside this alien ship and they find the Justice League. And then they get them to all escape the alien ship as the ship like warps away. And then the Justice League is like, we'll invite Blue Beetle, but only Blue Beetle to the League. And then Blue Beetle's like, I deny this because me and Booster Gold, we're a package deal. Mm-hmm. And so, Dana, what do you think of this Justice League team? This is the game where Dana doesn't know a comic book character and he assumes that I do. And sometimes I do.
I know who they are, but I want to see if you knew. So, what's this lineup here?
So, we have Batman. Mm-hmm. We have Black Adam.
We have The Rock.
We have The Rock with hair. No, we have Black Adam because they're trying to make him a big thing at this time. We have Black Canary, Green Arrow, Hawkwoman, Aquaman, and then there's
Hawkwoman.
Is
it? It's not Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl. I don't know actually. Whatever the Justice League cartoon one was, I don't think it's Hawk Girl. Is it?
Yeah, it's Hawk Girl.
It is Hawk Girl. Yes.
Why would it be Hawk Man then? It makes their relationship kind of weird.
Yeah. Right. Well, I guess it is like Superman and Supergirl, but they're not like dating, are they?
No, they're cousins.
I mean, not sorry, not Superman and Supergirl. I'm thinking of Hawkman and Hawk Girl. Are they dating? No, they're not.
Aren't they like eternally like connected?
I guess they are.
Where they have to be together forever and they live different lifetimes.
If there's one character that I never want to know the lore of because it's so fucking complicated, it's Hawkman.
Well, get ready to read Hawkman by Jeff Johns next week.
I don't want to, and nor do I want to read the Vendetti one because that one seems even more crazy because it's trying to make it make sense. I heard.
I think it'd still be kind of cool. Like Hawkman stuff and like all the Thanagarian stuff is kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. It's kind of confusing though.
Yeah, I'm all right. We can figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out. There's also Naomi.
Yep.
Famous from Naomi.
Yep.
And Bendis is like, I'm doing Justice League. Let me bring in a character I brought in.
Yeah.
To try and get some fat money off of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a check.
And then there's like some other girl in white.
Is there Aquaman in this?
There is an Aquaman, yeah.
In Aquaman or the Aquaman?
The Aquaman.
Okay.
And so, yeah, interesting lineup. This is when Bendis was writing it. So this was like the canon Justice League. I'm sure that run is fine. There's a time where Booster Gold's like, hey, bros before rows, right?
Yeah,
And I thought that was pretty funny.
That was the best part.
And then I love this page where there's like a bunch of like Justice League people, like talking heads, and they're all just saying like why they don't want Booster Gold on the team because he's like obnoxious and he's lacking and stuff. And then there's like this silent panel of just Batman being silent because he's not contributing to the conversation because he's being brooding and silent.
Right.
And then it goes on to the next person. I thought that was really funny.
Hold on. They said who the person was, right? It's like Wonder Woman or something. But
I think
the
it's
new
like
Wonder Woman?
Oh, it might be, yeah. There's like another Amazonian person.
Nathan, it's Queen Hippolyta.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's Hippolyta, isn't it?
Hippolyta.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to redo that. Nathan, it's Queen Hippolyta.
I'm not going to let you get away with that.
Dude,
you said it wrong.
I'm cutting out the first one. Hippolyta sounds so dumb.
It does sound so dumb, so we're keeping it in.
Dude, there's a thing in Harry Potter. It's called a hippogriff.
Yeah.
And that's like the bird horse thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a cool thing. And you can like catch them, I guess, in Harry Potter. You can just have pets or whatever.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah. And Sarah caught a hippogriff.
It's half hippo.
Half griff.
It's a fucked up one.
And like griff is such a cool sound, but like you put hippo in front of it, it just makes it not as cool.
A hippogriff. Yeah.
Hippogriff, yeah.
Yeah.
Hippopotamus. So
yeah, it's Queen Hippolyta. Interesting inclusion, but I think that was just a different thing that they were doing for a little bit.
You won't let me edit those shit. Like, no, you sounded dumb. I'm keeping it in there.
Yeah, I mean, you could still edit around it if you're really clever about it, but I'm going to make it hard for you.
No, it would just be a clip of me like over there editing, be like, Hippolyta. Anyway.
So as a result, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold decide to launch their own superheroing brand where people can come to them with any problem, and it's all going to be funded by Cord Industries. And then light years away, there's an alien named Omnizon that's pissed that the Justice League escaped. So that's like a big, oh no. But yeah, I think solid first issue. And Ryan Sook is the man.
Yeah, pretty good. I like the Omnizon
Good
design. She's pretty cool. She looks pretty scary.
Look very alien.
She's got hair and these little like tentacle things.
Yeah. Some horn
tentacles?
like ram horn looking things.
Yeah. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's scary.
I like her.
It's blue, but like a scary blue, you know?
It's like Ronin blue.
Ronin blue.
That's like when you go to like some paint store, there's like navy blue and then there's like Ronin blue.
Yeah.
Then issue 2, Blue Beetle has to save Booster from being driven off a cliff by a hacked auto-driving Cord Industries truck. Ted Cord is Elon Musk. I've just discovered.
Yeah, he's got a self-driving
But he's not a douchebag.
Not a douche. He doesn't own Twitter.
But he's blue.
He is blue.
Mm-hmm.
And because the bug, his flying thing, got destroyed or something. And so now he's driving the blue buggy.
Which is so sick.
Which is sick. I like how there's so many buggies lately for us.
Oh yeah, like the spider buggy.
The spider buggy.
That's the only other buggy.
We need to read the Deadpool run where there's the dead buggy.
The dead buggy. That's so dumb. But I like that he made a conscious choice to be like, I need a car in case my big bug that flies goes down. I have to get a buggy, don't I?
Buggy, yeah.
It's not very safe.
It's a given, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He had to get a buggy.
Not even seatbelts.
Yeah, and so he saves Booster Gold, and Booster Gold's pissed that he wasn't live streaming the whole event. And then we see Omnizon get to Earth, and she like brainwashes a realtor into letting her stay there, so she has a place now.
Yeah, she's like house shopping.
Yeah, pretty much. And I love that Booster Gold's just like thinking about the content of like the live streams, because that would have been a sick live stream.
Yeah.
Imagine like that clip going around the internet where Booster Gold almost dies, goes viral every time.
Oh yeah.
It'd be so sick. And so Booster Gold and Blue Beetle stop like a heist of Cord Industries tech. And that one they were live streaming for. And then they talk about their startup again, but Ted gets laid off from his own company, which means that there's no funds to start their venture, but Booster already announces it live and that it's free. And that's pretty much that whole issue. But I like this big action scene where they're like both working together. It's very fun. And, like Booster Gold's about to get shot one time, then Blue Beetle comes in and saves him. They do the thing where they smack two guys together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to hurt so bad.
Oh, yeah. Because it's your momentum against their momentum.
And you just hit heads. Like they're dead.
Yeah, maybe.
Seemingly. So there's a fun comment where one of the reporters, when Booster was like announcing their venture, and someone was like, so you're going to be like Heroes for Hire? And I thought that was pretty funny because it's referencing like Luke Cage and Iron Fist because they're the heroes for hire.
Yeah, which is like a different publishing company altogether.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny.
And they also mentioned Heroes for You.
Yeah, there was like in a different issue, but they were like, we're not going to sell out like those bitches at Heroes for You, and it's like referencing One Star Squadron, which is kind of a similar idea, but it's like Uber for superheroes in a way.
Right.
So I could see where there's a difference here. Daniel, issue 3. This one's drawn by Coley Hamner. Omnizon attacks the United Nations, and then Booster Gold is like the first one on the scene, and he's still live streaming. And Omnizon says Earth is now owned by her people, or is owned by her people in the Behamor system. I think that's how you spell it or pronounce it. Blue Beetle shows up to help, and he brings his new version of Skeets, which is named Buggles, and it teleports Omnizon away.
Pretty handy.
Yeah. I like how he just bites Booster Gold shit. He's like, I'm gonna have my own thing.
Okay. Sorry. Backpedaling.
Yep.
Booster Gold really likes the buggy, right?
Yeah.
He's like, this is great. The merch potential is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I know this guy named Todd, and he's talking about Todd McFarlane.
Oh.
That's what I was going
I do remember that. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I know. Yeah. They're
Todd McFarlane's real in this.
Yeah. Dude, Todd McFarlane's canon. I don't think he's ever even done I guess he has done like some Batman probably, huh?
Yeah.
At least Batman and Spawn.
Right.
But yeah, Todd McFarlane's canon in the DCU.
Right.
So not a huge Coley Hamner fan like normally, but especially not right after Ryan Sook.
I think this is like a pretty cool issue, and it looks like just like pretty normal when it comes to if it was like a different book, you know?
Yeah.
Like this would read like really well. And
I would read
slice of life he would do really well on.
Yeah, I would read this book normally if it was like all him, but it just feels weird with the transition like right after Ryan Sook, you know?
Yeah, but there's definitely more jarring artist transitions that we've read.
For sure.
So,
and this is not the only one.
Yeah, I think this is pretty like acceptable. I hate calling them like fill-in artists because
they're not like lesser.
Yeah.
It's just their own style.
This is still good art. And
I was just appreciating what I had, you know,
right
before. And he comes back, so it's not a big deal. But so Blue Beetle reveals that he's broke to Booster Gold and that he can't pay for the blue and gold restoration business. But they run into Terry, who's an old friend who owns a building with some space in it that they can use. And she offers it to them at a cheap price since she's been watching the live streams and she likes what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then they decide to start a crowdfunding page to pay for like the expenses. So this all in like a way feels like Dan Jurgens talking about crowdfunding for comics in like a way.
Yeah.
At least that's what it turns into for me, because like crowdfunding comics has become more and more popular in like the last 5-10 years. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't end up totally working out the way that they think it will, because there's not a whole lot of people that back it. Or if there is a whole lot of people that back it, it might not be like enough from each person to fund whatever venture you're doing. So
yeah,
it feels like there's a little bit of commentary in there for this, which I think is cool.
A couple of things on this issue. There's these really cool panels where they had the onomatopoeia as like the background.
Oh, I love that.
I thought that looked really sick.
Yeah, that's good. I also like this page where Blue Beetle's explaining where like
the talking heads.
Yeah, the talking heads with like the panels, and it's not like he was saying like I didn't like disintegrate her, I just teleported her somewhere else, and that was like all explained while it was happening with talking heads, and I liked that page a lot. So
Booster Gold was trying to get into like a new building that they're renting, mm-hmm. and he hears a Vabaka Shum in the background, the onomatopoeia.
Yeah,
and he's like, "I gotta go. Vabaka Shum are never good."
That's a funny line too.
It's like, oh, that's a good one. That's like just
because he's directly saying what the onomatopoeia was, yeah. And that's so funny,
and spelled exactly the same way.
Yeah, and this is where they mentioned the One Star Squadron people, and they're like, "We're gonna crowdfund it, and we're not gonna sell out like those Heroes for You people."
And there's also this other bit where Booster Gold's like running to this big beam where Omnizon like pops up, mm-hmm. and there's all these people like, "Oh, that's Booster Gold," and like so many people are like, "Will you do my podcast?"
I saw that too, and I was like,
"Talk to my agent."
That'd be me.
Yeah, this guy. The only criticism I'd say is that he does like a little bit too many silhouettes. It felt like
Coley Hamner does.
Yeah. So like there's like this one where he draws like most of it, but we'll like make her face, like Omnizon's face, a silhouette.
Hey, sometimes you just have deadlines, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
I actually didn't even notice, but yeah, now that I'm flipping through, there's like one every couple pages.
Right. And issue 4?
Issue 4, Daniel. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle get on the news to advertise Blue and Gold restoration, but then they start bickering about how they first met in the Justice League International. So Blue Beetle thinks that he saved Booster Gold from a villain named Blackguard, but Booster seems to think that it was him that saved Blue Beetle. And so they're like kind of going back and forth the whole issue about like the details of it. And Booster Gold's like, oh, it happened this way. And then Blue Beetle's like, no, that was like me. And you were the, you know, the damsel in distress kind of deal.
Yeah.
And normally I hate when there's like an artist switch mid issue. And I know I was just complaining about it literally the issue before. But
for
I do
flashbacks.
But I do have some comics knowledge, and it is for a flashback, so that's also a good point. But I have some comics knowledge.
Let's hear it.
And I understand that these are like homages in a way.
Okay.
But when they're talking about like initially with Justice League International stuff, they get the artist Kevin Maguire, who was the original artist on Justice League International.
Oh, no way.
And like, you know, that page where it's like all of them and they're like kind of like looking upwards. He like homages that cover in like the first page where he comes on.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
They have that on the big omnibus.
Yeah, really exactly. Sick. And I think it's a great cover. I think I have it actually too, because I found it somewhere. But I was like, this is Kevin Maguire.
Nice.
So that's pretty fun.
And
then
speaking of that guy,
yeah, go for it.
I like how he draws faces because they just kind of all look like Bruce Campbell.
Dude, they do. I was trying to put my finger on it, and I was like, he's got such a Booster Gold has such a big chin.
I was like, Bruce Campbell would be a great Booster Gold,
dude.
But I'm like, but would he?
Oh my god,
but would he though? Or Ted Cord?
I think he'd be a good Booster.
Yeah, because
he'd be a little older Booster, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's like the Booster Gold in the future, you know.
I don't know how old I think Booster Gold is in my mind, but I feel like he's like 35 or something.
I was just about to say 35.
Yeah. And I guess Blue Beetle he'd probably be a good Blue Beetle actually.
Yeah, especially like in the current Blue Beetle like movie that'll be coming out where it's like Jaime Reyes, you know, like Ted Cord's gonna be like an older, like
that'd be sick,
you know, mentor, you know. Sorry,
I'd love to see Bruce Campbell with some big ass goggles on.
Be so sick.
Yeah,
he dons the old suit, it like barely fits or something.
Yeah, and so what's cool about this is that when it's Blue Beetle's like remembrance of the whole situation is Kevin Maguire. But when it's Booster Gold remembering the situation, it's Dan Jurgens drawing it.
Really?
Yeah.
This is really good.
So this is like a really fun issue for me.
I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah, and he fucking still got it, dude. Like he's such a good artist. He's so expressive, and like when there's a bunch of characters on screen together, like you could tell their personalities even if they're just like standing there, you know?
Yeah.
Like Batman looks mean, and like Captain Marvel's all like, oh, I'm kind of just interested about this, you know, and then Booster Gold's so super confident and stuff. It's like, it's so very fun, like to me.
That's got to be pretty good where like I know him as like a writer, you know, but to be like good enough to be like a normal artist, but he's just, I guess, needed more as like a writer, you know what I mean? Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I like that shit a lot.
This is like very, I guess, 90s style, I would say, when it comes to like just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not
his rendering.
There's something about it that doesn't feel like modern, you know, but I think he just.
But I like an older style, like in a modern.
I do too.
Book, you know.
I think that this was like a highlight of the book for me, just seeing him like draw this character again, and like, just seeing him draw like everybody. Kind of, I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is like a fun book because it doesn't add too much to the overall story, but it was like just like this is how the like kind of filler issue should be.
Yeah, that's,
you know, they're like fun, you know, even though you don't need it to understand everything.
Mm-hmm. And there's also in like the Kevin Maguire part where it's Blue Beetle recanting, he mentions that like Guy Gardner's gonna get punched in the face by Batman at some point. That's like a big thing that happens in Justice League International, and so there's a reference to that too, and I thought that was fun.
Yeah, let me see Guy Gardner.
Yeah, so
was that your favorite part, Nathan?
That was not my favorite part, but that is something I need to bring up. So it all gets resolved when Green Lantern Guy Gardner comes in so that his ring can demonstrate what happens because his ring can't lie. And it turns out that Guy was the one to save
just
both
like Shakira's
of them.
hips.
Yeah, exactly. And so Guy was actually the one to come in and save the both of them while they were like both super loopy. So that's why they both have trouble remembering what happened. And Daniel, one of the chatters in the live stream had his username as GG throughout the whole thing. Turns out that's Guy Gardner. Because right before he shows up,
I picked up on that.
yeah, Gigi's like, I gotta settle this now, and then like Guy Gardner shows up. So I think it's kind of funny that Guy Gardner is like a casual viewer of like Booster Gold's live streams, just like see what's going on.
Just to be like cynical.
He's not really doing much. He hasn't been the main Green Lantern for a while, so it's like he's probably just sitting at home.
Was there a time where he was like the main Green Lantern? Like there's a mainline Green Lantern run, and he was the guy.
Probably.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'd be willing to.
It was
read.
like older ones, but he was still like a douchebag. But yeah, he had like the bowl cut at the time. He doesn't do that as much now. But
I'd like to read something with him being like a main character. You know,
just
to kind of see how he interacts with people.
I think he's really strong in like the Red Lantern series where he becomes a Red Lantern. I like that shit a lot.
I forgot about that
because he becomes really gritty and pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
He grows a beard. That shit looks good.
I think he'd be like a Orange Lantern or something.
You know, that seems like his vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you for knowing that. And then Booster Gold.
Yeah, I know Larfleeze.
Your boy, Larfleeze.
Yeah, we read
the Christmas special with
the
Larfleeze.
Christmas special.
That was like one of the best Christmas specials.
Good episode. Yeah, it really is.
It's just so perfect because of how greedy he is, and then he has to learn how to give on Christmas. It's just perfect.
He's always been like a villain, but you like Larfleeze after that. You know?
Yeah, I do.
Because you understand him.
I never really cared about him much. I thought he was like fun because he's like the only Orange Lantern because he's so greedy. He just wants all the power for himself.
Yeah.
And then that issue, I'm like, I like this character.
Yeah.
So I also think it's weird that they're on a news like thing, but he's also live streaming. So we're still getting a chat. And I was like, why do you need to be live in two places? But anyway,
for your own gain, dude.
That's true. And I guess it does work because Booster Gold and Blue Beetle look outside and they see a big line forming for their services. But inside that line is Omnizon. Who the fuck is this person in line with an elephant? Like what? Apparently the elephant's name is Timba.
Yeah.
With a T. But like what situation did you get into where you just have an elephant in like New York or wherever this is? And you're like,
from the zoo.
That's true. He's like, I stole this elephant from the zoo. I need help.
There's like a Central Park Zoo, right?
I don't know.
Is that just from Madagascar?
I think that's just from Madagascar.
Because it doesn't seem big enough to have like a good zoo.
Yeah, especially not one with like hippos and shit, right?
Yeah. And are you even a zoo if you don't have an elephant? Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I am. There is a Central Park Zoo.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah, totally looks like the one in the movie too. Who'd have thought?
Oh, actually, that's correct. I guess that makes sense. Like, why would you make like a fake one?
It's home to penguins, snow leopards, and lemurs. Over 130 different species are there.
Whoa. I need to go to New York.
Dude, I do too. I need to go to Central Park Zoo. They probably have Madagascar merch there.
Probably, and I will buy a shirt.
100%. So
like
yeah,
King
that was
Julian
issue 4.
Something. Or was it Mort or something?
Mort? Dude, if there's a Mort shirt.
Cop.
100%.
Or who was that grumpy one that was voiced by like Cedric the Entertainer? You remember that? There's like the grumpy
I know the grumpy
lemur.
one. I'm trying. Maurice?
It is Maurice, isn't it?
Yeah. I only know that because of that shitty meme that I told you about.
Which one?
It was like a meme of just King Julian in a wheelchair, and he's like, Maurice, I cannot feel my legs. I cannot move it anymore. And it's just him in a wheelchair, and someone like just voiced that.
I cannot move it anymore.
I cannot move it. And it's so stupid, but it fucking caught me at like the right time, I guess, and I was like crying.
No, this is very funny.
Just insane.
That's like one of those things where I'm like, this makes me so happy, but I can't like just show Sarah because
she won't get it.
The disconnect between our senses of humor is like so vast.
Like I think that's genius, in a way, but no one else does.
Yeah.
So
we're at the part where like of our relationship where I show her things I think are funny. She's like, "That's so stupid."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, it's not."
No, yeah, same. All sort of things, and I'm like, "Isn't this like
I'm sorry you can't feel this joy."
Dude, I saw a video of someone using a drone to screw in a light bulb, and I thought it was so funny. And then I showed it to Sophia, and she's like, "Wow."
You sent that to me, and I didn't think it was that funny.
And it was like the Interstellar music too, where they're trying to like line up the thing, and I'm like, that's pretty funny. But I guess that's like
it looks really fucking hard. Though.
It looks really hard, and so when they did it, I was like, yeah. And then the light turns on. That shit's funny to me.
You're not supposed to screw in light bulbs with like the light switch on. It's very dangerous.
Not for a drone.
Not for a drone.
Yeah. Daniel, issue 5. We see Rip Hunter, the time traveler, has to leave the bar to help someone. Meanwhile, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle fight off Omnizon again after she was like in the customer line, but they get their asses kicked until Rip Hunter shows up to help. And there's this really fun scene, Daniel, where they're like meeting everybody in line and they're like hearing everybody's problems that they need help with. And then they realize that some people might just be actually insane. And they're like, we did not think of this.
Especially with free services.
Yeah, free services from superheroes. So you're bound to get some crazy people. Someone was like, I left my wallet on the moon. I need help with that. which is fun. So they have some interesting situations here. Omnizon teleports herself along with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle to Behemor, the planet that she's from, so they can answer for their crimes of not submitting to Omnizon, even though her people own the Earth. So they seem really convinced by that. And they explain that they claimed Earth 70,000 years ago, like during caveman era and shit, and they are now breaking the rules of not submitting to her people. So they get sentenced both to death by combat. And that's this whole issue. I love how weird their home planet looks.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it's like this castle or whatever they're in is just like a bunch of fucking cubes and shit that are like morphed into each other.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Omnizon totally like Obi-Wan's Rip Hunter. She's like, these are not the men you're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, these are not the men I'm looking for.
He's like, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, what am I even doing here?
Sorry to bother you.
I thought it was fun to see Rip Hunter. I always forget that he exists and he's like a
Absolutely.
time master, you know?
I saw that actor and he was in the last episode of, the actor from Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he was in like the last episode of Sandman. I know
Cool.
you didn't finish that either.
No, I didn't.
But I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I've seen him, and I just like couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, I know him from Legends of Tomorrow.
I never thought you'd say that.
Yeah, because I'm like, he was acting like really, really well in like that episode. I'm like, oh, he must have been some drama movie I saw or something,
Yeah, he was a sick lead.
Yeah.
And that show's probably pretty good, like on its own. But it just came at a time where I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
But people seem to like it. But yeah, I just like the absurdity of everything. Like the fact that like the law of like the universe is like, we claimed this place like 70,000 years ago. So like, you guys are ours,
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that could happen.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? They got it first. I don't know if they got dibs.
It's only fair.
So then issue 6, Rip Hunter goes to investigate if what Omnizon is talking about is true. And he goes back in time 70,000 years ago to find that Behemor was like their people did actually claim our planet. And so legally we have to like submit to those people. But meanwhile on Behemor, Booster Gold is brainwashed by Omnizon to fight Blue Beetle until one of them dies. Because they didn't want to at first. And then Booster Gold just gets brainwashed. And so...
this like fight between Booster Gold and Blue Beetle is also being streamed by the aliens.
There's still streaming going on.
Are you shitting me?
If you were worried that there's going to be no streaming this issue, they're also streaming.
Fear not.
I would say not stream. I guess it is streamed, huh? But it's being broadcasted to like Alien Vegas, and they're like betting on who's going to win and shit, which I think is really funny.
Yeah.
I also like it's cool seeing like them fight and like their suits getting all ripped up. And I actually really like when when Blue Beetle has like his hair coming out of his
cowl.
Yeah, cowl thing, just like Booster's. I just really like that like style. Like Invincible has it looks really cool.
Yeah. But then like Rip Hunter shows up and he's like, hey, you actually don't own the planet or whatever. And there's this really funny panel when he shows up where like Booster Gold is like, Rip.
He's so shocked.
His face and like is just seems out of place, but it's so funny. I just assume it's shock and anger from
like Blue Beetle has the appropriate amount of shock.
Yeah,
he's like, oh my god, that's Rip. But like Booster Gold,
because I saw Rip Hunter's face and then Beetle's face, and then Booster like,
Gold. It's like he's seeing a ghost.
Yeah,
like a ghost and like just insanity. Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't realize that until right now, but that's really funny.
Really? Oh man.
No. And so yeah, Rip's like, you actually don't claim Earth anymore because you never did to begin with. And they're like, what? I have this map right here. Let me check the map. And they're like, where'd our beacon go? I swear I just put it there 70,000 years ago to claim the Earth. And like the beacon's not there anymore.
Yeah, Rip Hunter really made a pretty clear point that like what he was doing to save them was like super against
like the
what
law.
he does, like
yeah.
the time law or whatever. Like, just like adjusting things, but he felt like that he just had to do it for this.
Yeah, because cavemen didn't know what was going on at the time. And then it's like a whole new world essentially is formed.
It's just an alien that got there, planted the beacon, and then left.
Yeah, pretty much. And so Rip, he brings them back to Earth because they don't have to fight to the death anymore because they don't think that they've done any crimes. He should be a lawyer, by the way. He's like got him out of there. He didn't like keep
a lawyer that tampers with evidence.
Dude, 100%. He's the Better Call Saul of DC Universe.
Yeah.
But then on Earth, Rip reveals that it was a projection from Buggles to trick them into letting them go back to Earth. And then on Earth, Rip reveals to Terry that he's Booster Gold's kid from the future, but Booster Gold can never find out. And
that makes sense.
And then we see Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle get attacked. But
yeah.
I was like, I didn't know if this was like known that like Rip Hunter is Booster Gold's son.
Well, Dan Jurgens controls the continuity. Clearly,
he does control it, and like maybe that was a thing before, but I was like shocked. I was like, "What the fuck? Are you serious?"
I love when they just reuse continuity to new readers, and we're like, "What?"
It totally makes sense because this is a big reveal for me.
Yeah,
I didn't think about Rip Hunter for years until this book, and then I was just shocked. So, issue 7, Jaime Reyes.
Real quick, this number 7 cover is really cool because it's got like the Photoshop like control button like mouse, and it's putting like the new Blue Beetle logo over the old Blue Beetle logo.
I didn't even notice that, but that's pretty fun.
I just noticed it right now. I'm like, that's funny.
It's also got a talking cover, and we don't see that very much anymore. Where there's like word balloons.
It seemed like all of them or most of them had like the speech bubbles,
For this book, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
like,
they did.
Like the first issue has it.
But that's how I know a book's like fun, because they're very confident about it, because it like almost never happens. It's just like there's no like word.
It's got to be like the right book. If it's like a serious book that has it, I'm like probably not a good book. But if it's like a comedy book with it, I'm like that's probably a good one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like Deadpool or like Squirrel Girl or something like that.
Yeah. So issue 7, we see Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle.
So it's by Phil Hester and Eric Gapster.
Yeah, for part of it.
And also
Paul Pelletier
and Norm Rapin.
Yeah. Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle gets stuck by some alien tech by some mysterious figure, and that mysterious figure sends a guy named Nullifex to attack Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Bad name.
I think it's a good name.
Really?
Nullifex?
You just put an X on something doesn't make it scary.
What is he putting an X on? Nullife?
The end? No, just like at the end of a name,
Nully is a bad name.
I just don't like it.
Null is a good name though.
Right.
So I'm interested in where you think this turns into a bad name by adding the X at the end. It's not like it's Nullex.
Just all together, but I know they put the X because like that sounds cool.
I think it's a cool name.
All right, whatever. We'll just marry them.
Yeah. So Blue and Gold Restoration is struggling financially because there aren't enough people contributing for how expensive their operation is. They had to get like a brain surgery on some dude from like another dimension. So obviously that can get pretty expensive.
They should have did a Patreon where it's like monthly.
Yeah, I think that's what the idea is.
They did crowdfunding, so I feel like that's
I
more
guess
like
that's
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Or Zoop.
Yeah, Zoop, also a good one. I like that they're just like, how would we have no money? We have so many followers on Nick Knock, Blister, and FaceBase.
Yeah.
And like, I always kind of cringe at those social media like spoof things.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when Booster Gold says that, I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
And so they're fighting Nullifex. Jaime escapes his trap and he helps out with the fight. Booster puts up like a shield around Nullifex's head, which causes him to disintegrate himself when he tries to use his like laser vision. They then offer a job to Jaime Reyes, but he wants to do his own thing. And it's revealed that the bad guy from before is Black Beetle. So that's pretty much this whole issue. I love Phil Hester.
Yeah, he does really good with this action stuff.
Yeah, this dude's the man.
I feel like I primarily just know him from like Family Tree. And so I know more the slice of life kind of stuff, not necessarily like
he's on Ant-Man.
action. No, it was Tom Riley doing a Phil Hester style.
But we also read the Ant-Man run that was based off
that's
of,
right.
which
That's
was
right.
also Phil Hester.
Irredeemable Ant-Man.
Irredeemable
You need
Ant-Man.
to clarify with your runs because there's plenty.
I was referencing a fucking Ant-Man run that Phil Hester did, and I think that would be enough information
that
for you
we
to put it
reviewed
together.
like 2 years ago, Nathan.
And it was very good. I think about it to this day.
It was good. I forgot about it.
He is still very clearly scared that he's going to get canceled from that, by the way. I remember when we responded
Everyone
to
go
this.
cancel Phil Hester.
Yeah. Yeah, please. Yearly reminder, go cancel Phil Hester for Ant-Man. Not Robert Kirkman. And like, I love how weird like the new Blue Beetle tech is. Like, I don't really understand it at all. And I think it's like, that's the thing that like he doesn't understand it either.
It's like alien tech or something.
It's alien tech, but he's got 2 alien Uzis that he can just pull out and shoot people with.
I did not know he had
I
guns.
was like, where'd the guns come from?
I was like, whoa, this is a kid's book.
He's just pulling out 2 alien Uzis and is unloading on a guy.
Yeah.
And Black Beetle seems fun. I wonder if he's like a original creation.
No, it doesn't.
I think it's. I'm like, okay, that's fun.
Just like taking a character and then adding black to it does not make him a bad guy. You know,
I just like how corny it is.
it is a little corny.
Daniel, last issue, Blue and Gold busts like a huge art theft thing that's valued at $860 million, which goes viral, but they're still strapped for cash. While talking about this, Buggles randomly teleports them to a place called the Badlands because Buggles was hacked by the Black Beetle because he used like Jaime Reyes' Beetle tech to like hack Buggles or something. That's kind of how that was explained, but he puts like a virus on Buggles.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like this explanation because it like makes sense.
It gives Jaime Reyes a reason to be there.
Yeah. And it gives a reason for Jaime Reyes to just like randomly escape. And he's like, oh shit, I got to go help these guys, you know?
Yeah, and why he was captured, you know?
Yeah. So it was a cool way to introduce Jaime Reyes for like an issue and then have it be for something. So Black Beetle is a time traveler obsessed with Booster Gold because he thinks he's wasted his potential with Skeets, who's like just this infinite database of future events pretty much. And he wants that knowledge for himself to control the world. So Booster sends everybody back in time to like the dinosaur era to fight. And the Black Beetle is revealed to be Booster Gold, but from another universe where he doesn't have Skeets.
Mm-hmm.
Sick reveal.
Yeah, I guess.
You would think they were like theorizing it was like Jaime Reyes that's like grown up because he's still got Beetle shit.
Maybe.
Or it would have been like a Ted Cord or something, or somebody that, you know,
didn't see this coming anywhere.
I never thought I would have been a Booster Gold related person.
But even better than the twist is Blue Beetle riding a Triceratops.
Yeah, Blue Beetle to save Booster Gold rides a Triceratops to just knock him over, fucking Flintstone style.
Yeah.
And he knocks him into like a black tar pit, and realizing that he's been beaten, Black Beetle time travels away. And so they're like, well, I guess that has been resolved now. And so they just hang out with some dinosaurs for a little bit.
You can crack a couple beers in the Jurassic era.
That'd be a sick place to crack some beers.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch some like long neckosauruses like eat some shit, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And
I took a geology class in college. I thought it'd be easier than biology.
Okay.
And it wasn't. It was actually really hard. But there was this... He was talking about like the different eras in like the Jurassic era. And he was talking about how the dinosaurs were barely in the Jurassic era. Like they were just at like the start of it, but they're mostly in like the Cretaceous era.
Yeah.
And he cracks this joke that only I laughed at in this like huge like lecture hall. And it made me feel so bad that it was just me, because it should have been everybody.
One laugh makes it worse almost.
Right, yeah.
It's either everyone laughs or no one laughs, and that's like those are the 2 acceptable outcomes.
Yeah. And he's like, I guess Jurassic Park sounds a lot better than like Cretaceous Park or whatever, because they're from the Cretaceous era.
Yeah.
I don't know. His delivery was impeccable.
You did not match that at any.
And he was like talking about while I was looking, and when he cracks a joke, he like turns around, he's like. I think his like reaction to it, like he's like, this is a banger.
Like he thinks
this one always kills.
He's hot shit.
Yeah. So it's like all about delivery.
It really is, because that's not a good joke.
It was like a 9 a.m. class, and I think everyone was just tired and just didn't really want to be in the class.
But you're up and you're ready to study. You're a teacher's pet, aren't you?
I fucking guess. And I just think about that every time I hear something about dinosaurs, and I feel sorry for that dude, because he was so nice.
You did learn something though that way.
Yeah,
that's his job in a way.
Yeah, and that's a
you always bring that up.
I do. I tried to, because people have to know.
That's so funny.
Anyway,
so they get back to the present, and they're like, "Shit, we don't got any money. We got to close down Blue and Gold Restoration." And then Batman comes in, and he's like, "Wayne Industries will fund this venture because I like what you guys are doing."
No, Bruce Wayne likes what they're doing.
I got my boy Bruce Wayne to fund you guys because I like and he likes what you're doing, but not both of us together, us individually. But I just happen to know Bruce Wayne. He says
Ryan Sook draws a pretty good Batman.
Yeah, especially when he's like flying away. I'm like, this is a sick Batman.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sweet.
Well, I need him on a Batman book, and that's it. They just continue doing blue and gold stuff.
No, they don't. It ends here.
Yeah, the whole series ends here, but who knows? Maybe it'll come back.
It won't.
I kind of got the feeling that he wanted to do like some sort of Booster Gold thing so they could wrap up Black Beetle because it seems like they've run into each other before, but it was never revealed who he was. And so they're like, you know what? We'll give you 8 issues for you to do whatever you want.
Maybe.
And I'm cool with that.
So let's get into Back Matter Matters, Nathan. Back Matter Matters. And this is abysmal Black Matter.
All right. Thank you for watching Back Matter Matters because there's no Back Matter. And I am pretty sad about that.
It was just the back page.
There's 8 issues of this shit.
8.
And I want to know more about it. I want to see Ryan Sook fucking character concept art, pencils maybe.
Yeah.
Phil Hester shit.
Maybe when the deluxe comes out and you buy it.
You know, I might.
it won't get a deluxe. Don't worry.
What would you rate this book, Daniel?
All right. Here, Nathan.
Knowing what you know now, after we've talked about it, have I changed your opinion of it at least a little bit?
Nathan, I give it a like it.
Whoa.
With a bubblegum ice cream, but I spit out the bubblegums.
You're so stupid.
And the bubblegums are the little stream comments that are different colors. So bubblegum ice cream still pretty good, except for the bubblegum part. But I spit out that bit. I still gave it a like it, dude. It's not like I gave it a tester spoon, okay?
I can't believe what you're saying to me right now.
You saying this to my face right now?
Unbelievable. What other books have you given a like it to? Like much worse books, clearly. What'd you get the naughty list? Was that a like it?
I did give it a like it, yeah.
You put these books on the same.
This is better than naughty list, but there were I gave Harley Quinn a like it. The one that we did with Serena, where it was Riley Rossmo's art.
That feels somewhat on par, I guess.
So this one gets a like it because it's not getting a love it. Like, it's not going there.
Okay.
But yeah, and it got that because of the good parts of this. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like rewarding. And I feel like I didn't like learn anything, you know? And there wasn't like, I guess there was sort of an overall arc for the Amazon stuff, but that was, you know, solved in 6 issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If this was only 6 issues, I'd like it even less.
That's valid.
And so there's like more like just cool stuff that's in there, which is a big part of comics as well, and, you know, references and whatnot. I thought they handled the interchanging artists really well, which is tough, you know? Because think about, I don't know if this was like Dan Jurgens' plan, but the part where they did the flashbacks, what if like Ryan Sook's like, I can only do like 10 pages this week or this month or whatever. He's like, all right, I'll just get like other artists to do these flashback things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's able to like play into that and make it work, not just drastically change the next page. You know what I mean? So we give him the benefit of the doubt that he planned that or something, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some coordination.
Or just gave him like
there.
a break or something, you know?
Yeah.
And so there is a lot to like. I don't think my life is better now that I've read it. It's more like I just know not to read it again.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That is like a little harsh because it's a very acceptable comic, you know?
You're being so harsh right now.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me, you know? And obviously Ryan Sook, Dan Jurgens, very talented, been doing it for years.
And they're big fans of the pod.
Big fans of the pod.
If you're listening, I like it.
If Dan Jurgens is like, fuck you, Daniel, I'll be like, I'll take back everything I said.
Well, you've already said it.
He tweets at us or something.
That'd be insane.
That'd be so fucking funny. I would frame that.
It would be like,
this is the writer for Superman, and this is what he had to say about me.
This is the death of the Trade Waiters pod. He does death of Superman, and he killed us as well.
Or the rebirth.
Whoa. Yeah, you're right. I like this book a lot.
A lot.
I wouldn't say like it's a love it. I think if I were to rate it, it's like a box combo because it's exactly kind of what I wanted, you know? And it's
that's like a love it.
Yeah, just about. But it's like I knew what I wanted. Like Kane's hits when you really want it, you know?
Yeah.
And I just like the buddy cop dynamics, especially when they're done well. And I feel like this one's done well.
But there are better ones.
Like what?
Quantum and Woody.
We should read Quantum and Woody.
We will.
To be clear.
It's on the list.
But yeah, I think that this is like done well. I like Ryan Sook a lot, so it's fun seeing his stuff. I didn't even really know Phil Hester was on this because I bought that book, but I didn't know that he was on it. That was a nice surprise. You know, there are some things that don't hit all the time, but I like that they took a swing. You know, what other books are there where there's like a live stream going on? You know, so it's like I don't know. I think that he was exploring ideas, and that's fun. And
yeah,
he did
and
it
makes sense for Booster Gold's character, but like. Just do it for like one issue, you know, not make
also
it a consistent thing throughout the book.
Yeah, that's also valid because there's parts where I'm like, why are they live streaming right now? So yeah. I don't know. I thought it was just fun overall.
This just solidifies my opinions on social media in comics. It's just unnecessary, really.
False.
Really?
Do you remember that Injustice issue where Superman tweets out that Bruce Wayne is Batman and then the whole fucking world explodes pretty much? That's my favorite use of social media in comics ever.
Okay, better example. Spider-Man Civil War takes off his mask just on the news. Just be on TV. Way better.
How is Superman right now? Dano, right now I just told you Bruce Wayne's Batman. How are you going to get that out to everybody?
Am I Superman?
You're Superman.
I fly to a news channel.
You were stuck. You got to do it like right now.
But I have access to my phone and Twitter?
Yeah. I wonder what kind of phone Superman has.
He's definitely an iPhone person, but he's got like an old one.
Yeah, it's like an iPhone like 6.
Yeah. I don't think I was just thinking 6 for some reason.
Dude, yeah.
But I'm like, maybe that's a little old.
Good year. Maybe like an 8 now.
Or maybe he needs like one of those Nokias that are like indestructible, like just in case, since he's like Superman.
I think he's got an iPhone with an OtterBox, you know? Like that's like a dad phone, I feel like.
Yeah, and like the invisible shield thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like iPhone 8 with OtterBox, I think is what he's rocking.
And Apple just gives him Apple Care, you know? So whenever it's cracked, you just give him a new one. You know?
And like sometimes he just like won't know what his phone's doing. So he has to like go to like not the Geek Squad, whatever, the Genius Bar.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how to work my phone. And they're like, you just need to sign in.
Be like, I need to transfer my contacts, but I need you to not look at Batman's phone number.
And it's got like Bruce Wayne and then hypothesis or in parentheses it says Batman. Like,
not Batman.
But he definitely like goes in to like the Genius Bar and he's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the poll lists. Colin.
Shove it in your box. The poll list, what did you shove in your box?
Daniel, this is a series where we tell each other what's in our box. And when we say that, it's the comics that we pick up for the week.
Mm-hmm.
What did you pick up this week?
Pretty light week. We got Danger Street number 4.
Yep.
We got Hulk number 13. I'm just going to keep picking that up until Ryan Otley gets off it because I'm not sure when that is. I thought it
15?
Maybe.
14? Something like that.
Yeah, so I might get a trade. Depends on what my total stack looks like.
Okay.
And what'd you get?
Danger Street. I got Berserker number 12, which I think is the last one, or it's 13.
The last one?
The last one.
They're ending it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's it.
It makes so much money.
And that's okay. Yeah, and they're just going to bank it, you know? They would have made more money if they made it 6 issues.
You think so?
Yeah, because they don't have to put as much into printing it, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So I think this was always the plan. But yeah, so...
I feel like they should make more, especially if they plan on doing like a movie and like an anime, you know?
Let's land the movie and anime first, get it closer to release date, and then do a sequel.
Or just continue it.
Berserker 2. But...
Berserkers
with Z. I picked up Fuck Fairyland, or I Hate Fairyland, but I keep getting the Fuck Fairyland ones.
Which one is it?
5.
5? Fuck.
And then Nemesis Reloaded came out as well, number 3.
Shit.
So I got to pick up that as well.
Never mind, no trade.
Yeah. It's not a trade.
Is that 3?
3.
Okay. Sounds good. And as I was talking about earlier, I got a My Comic Shop order.
Yep.
So shipping is no longer $5. It's like 7 something. So
brutal. That's like an oversized comic.
Be prepared for that. They ship the UPS. So it's like.
What did they do before? I thought it was UPS.
I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway. So I got the.
Oh, shit. So you got multiple things.
Yeah. Because I have a list of shit that I'm missing, you know.
From Tom King? Or just in general?
No. I just got the one Batman thing from Tom King.
Yeah, okay.
So I like whenever I don't know, miss something and I just can't find it anywhere, I just put it on a list. And while I was getting this, I'm like, I might as well get a couple things, make the shipping worth it.
Sure.
So I also got Jana number 11 because I was missing that.
Oh, okay.
So got
Jonah
that.
and the Impossible Monsters.
For some reason, it was really fucking hard to find an issue of I Hate Fairyland number 3. So I got that.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
I had missed Sergeant Rock versus Army of the Dead number 4.
I would have been like, that's it.
Yeah, and I found and they had a variant that was Francesco Francavilla,
Oh, never mind. I picked that up.
which is super fucking sick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's dope.
Love that guy.
And then for like a couple years, oh shit, it's like 4 years now. I was picking up The Question and I missed number 1, but I have the rest of it.
That was so long ago.
I know, but now I can finish it. And it's the Jeff Lemire variant.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
is
I
pretty
have that
sick.
one as well.
Yeah, the Deaths of Vic Sage. So I'm really excited to start this.
Yeah. Jeff Lemire and
This
Bill
book that I've
Sienkiewicz.
had. Yeah, I'm like, how old is this? And it says 2019 DC. I'm like, wow, that was pre-pandemic.
It feels like last year, but yeah, that was definitely pre-pandy. That's crazy.
So that time flies when you're buying shit and not reading it.
It sure does.
Oh man,
Did you read anything this week? Speaking of,
dude, I read so much shit. Let's talk about it.
okay.
So I read that manga Berserk I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, Berserker,
Yeah,
like
it's
we were just talking about.
Nope, just Berserk.
Oh, okay.
It's
Different book.
It's a medieval manga. It's about he's called the Black Swordsman. His name is Guts.
Sick name.
Great name. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the first trade because I bought it physically, and I looked at a Reddit thing, and everyone swears to God it starts getting really good at like the next arc, which is like volume 3 or whatever.
So you're 2 in.
So I'm in the middle of 2, almost done with it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you're really banking on the opinion of just random Redditors.
no one on there was like, this book sucks. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And if they got like obsessed with it, that's like what I want. You know, I want to be like, I don't want to do anything except read this book. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's like a feeling that you get, and it's awesome.
And you don't think you'll find that in comics, is what you're saying?
I haven't so far, just because nothing has the pacing like manga, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
But basically his thing is like, he's got this mark on his neck, and it like bleeds sometimes when he's close to like demons, and it also like attracts demons. And so he's like kind of like a lone wolf kind of dude. So whenever he like gets close to somebody, they end up like dying because of these demons and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you talked a little bit about it, right? Or no?
I didn't know anything about it last
Oh, okay.
episode, so I read it on like Saturday.
Maybe I've just heard about this before, but yeah.
He's got this giant sword. It's pretty cool.
I love a big sword.
Yeah. I also read Reckless by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Phillips' colors go hard.
Oh, yeah. He's really good at what he does.
Yeah, that's like a great. I hope he like stays in that like kind of group and keeps working with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Ed Brubaker keeps coming up with like good ideas, but I was like reading this, I'm like, oh my goodness, and so yeah, super solid.
Reckless is like an older series, kind of, right?
What do you mean?
Like Reckless? It's just Reckless that you read, or?
Yeah, so the current series of books that he's coming out, those are Reckless books.
Oh,
So this one came out like 2 years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago.
gotcha.
It was
What was
like
it called?
Reckless.
Okay.
Do you want me to show it to you?
I just don't understand how he does his stuff. You know?
It's like
So yeah, I've seen that. So, but there's Reckless books.
right, and Reckless is the first of the Reckless books.
What's the next one?
The Devil Inside or something, or
The Devil
Down with the Devil, something like that. But it's like a part of like the Reckless series, so it still follows the main character Ethan Reckless.
Okay, John Reckless.
Ethan,
It follows
Ethan-
John Reckless. Is that actually his name?
Yeah, deadass.
You're fucking with me. Ethan Reckless.
Meet Ethan Reckless.
So
Your trouble is his business for a price.
you just unsold me from this book.
It's definitely not the best part. He doesn't say, hello, my name is Ethan Reckless or anything.
I'm Mr. Reckless.
Yeah. He doesn't have a business card.
That'd be
or
so
anything.
sick. Okay, that would put me back on.
He's like a PI, but like, it's not like he just finds stuff. He'll also like handle things that you need handled,
Okay,
you know, take out somebody, things like that.
but you like it?
Yeah, it was really good. I
How long have you had that?
too long.
Okay.
I'm missing 2 and 3 of the series, and I have 4 and 5. So I'll pick that all up so I have it all.
Nice.
Yeah, they all follow Mr. Reckless.
Very cool.
So pretty good. Did you read anything?
I did not.
Alrighty.
I was
Did you
very bad
watch
with my
anything?
time. Yeah, I started watching The Bear.
I feel like you've like started watching The Bear like a couple times.
This is the first time I started watching The Bear.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm only two episodes deep.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I knew I was gonna like it just because of it's won like awards and
Emmys.
you like it, and people I talk about, like it.
The new season comes in like 3 months, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. New seasons. I just like how they say a lot like in it because it's very quick, and there's a lot of quick edits because it's like, oh, we're in a kitchen, shit's very busy, and they're just like very slowly revealing things despite how much they're talking,
Yeah.
at least in the beginning, because it's like, what is going on, and then you kind of piece it all together and you're like, okay, I understand the continuity now, but they do it in a really interesting way. So
How
I
long
just
is it?
that.
Like 6 episodes?
Yeah, it's not very long. I think it's like 8. No, probably like 6 episodes, and they're all like 30 minutes.
There's one episode, I think it's episode 4, where it's one shot.
Oh, cool.
So look for that. It's super fucking impressive.
I love those.
Because it's just one dude, he's following him.
Is it still as hectic?
It's like the most hectic episode.
Holy shit.
The first one is probably a very good example of how hectic that show gets, but the fourth one is probably the most hectic.
Okay.
It's because
cool.
they
I'm excited for that.
It's like one of those like word of mouth kind of food places, so it gets like very popular.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they accidentally post on like DoorDash or something, and just like the tickets just fucking come like crazy, and it's just very funny.
That's cool.
But yeah, good show.
I like it. I just like the concept of it. I think it's pretty
simple.
Yeah, pretty simple but original.
Did you ever see Uncut Gems?
No.
Okay, so this is probably like the first thing that was like directly influenced by like Uncut Gems, because that movie is just like a ball of stress, because
okay, similar like
Adam
editing style or like quick cuts,
somewhat. Yeah,
okay.
It's just like kind of just a stressful environment, and Adam Sandler is just putting it all on the line and taking a lot of risks because he's doing all these sports bets and stuff like that.
Does he just seem worn out?
Who?
Like Adam Sandler? Because
of acting or of being that character?
Just the character is like, because like
he does not look healthy.
Because John Bear in this show is very clearly just a ball of stress.
His name's not John Bear.
His name is it's John Bear.
Isn't it like Carmen or something?
Yeah, Carmen. Carmen Bear.
But yeah, he definitely embodies that character, and I like his tattoos.
Yeah, and I was trying to think I was like, I don't know anybody else that could act like the way that he does.
Yeah,
there's just something about him where he's just like clearly tired, but he's like so fucking motivated. I just like something about him.
You would love Reckless then, or no, not Reckless.
I'm sure I would love Reckless, but you're talking about Uncut Gems.
No, fucking
another thing that he's in wasn't he in like Shameless or some shit?
Shameless, yeah.
Oh yeah,
you would love Shameless.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, it seems like a very smooth transition for him to go from that show to this show, because it's very similar. It feels like both in Chicago.
I didn't know that.
It's
about
basically
Shameless.
just Lip growing up and becoming the bear. It's because
doesn't Shameless have the Star Wars guy in it too?
The Star Wars guy,
the guy that was in Fallen Order.
Yes, Cameron
Monaghan.
Monaghan, yeah.
Yes,
the Star Wars guy.
I also just watched The Last of Us and Mando. So
I did not watch Mando. I watched the second part of season 4 of You.
Gotcha.
That came out on Friday.
Sophie, every time I just walked in on her watching it, she was just stressed. So
I felt like this part wasn't as stressful. I didn't like it quite as much as the first one, but
the first season,
the first part of this season, you know what I mean? Because they split it up.
Was this the second part of the season, or
yes?
Okay.
Because a month ago they gave you 5 episodes, and then Friday they give you another 5 episodes.
Okay, I gotcha.
But I think this was something that it went in a direction I did not see coming, and I think it's something that like kind of needed to happen, because they made you like not like him.
What happened? Because I'm not going to watch it.
Okay, so
spoilers, I guess, but
full spoilers. So he's in this season, he like has like a friend who's like also a killer. And
that's nice.
And like knows like everything about him, kind of thing. Yeah.
Aww.
And his friend's kind of making him kill people for the friend's like advantage, because he's gonna go into politics and whatnot, trying to be the mayor of London or whatever.
Okay.
And so his friend's holding like an old fling or an old like love interest hostage, and what's his name? His name's Joe, the main character. And Joe like accidentally like kills him, like trying to find out where his old lady friend is.
How does he accidentally kill him?
He's just like choking him, and then it just ends up.
That's never accidentally happened.
No, he's choking him, but accidentally like breaks his neck or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and then
he's like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry."
Then right after that happens, his friend like walks in the room, and he's like, "You just killed him." And so it turns out that he's like had like a psychotic break kind of thing, to where he didn't know that guy like at all.
But he was just thought that he knew him.
He was just imagining that he was talking to this dude like this entire time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so like he was kind of like his like dark passenger in a way, because he kind of was helping him kill, kind of motivating him to kill. But it was really just all in his head.
It was like a twist.
Yeah, it was a huge twist.
Okay.
And Sarah's like, "He's got a twin?" I'm like, "No, he doesn't have a twin."
That's so funny.
Why would his twin be so fucking cool with him killing his twin? You know,
that's hilarious.
And so, and so really, he was all the kills that he did this season was like they needed to happen, or they're like accidents or something like that, or it made it seem like someone else did them, not him. But really, it was just him doing it this whole time.
Yeah.
And so you kind of realize that he is really just not as innocent as like he makes himself seem.
Good, because he's a bad guy.
Bad guy. So it really just kind of reveals that everything that he's telling us is not correct, potentially.
Good.
And, you know, he was, in order to kind of wrap up everything in like London and kind of make sure that everything doesn't come back to him, he has to like kind of set up people that were helping him at first and shit like that. And so, and then you see him when he's just not
sane.
Yeah, when he's sane, you see him when he's like not sane, like he's not there, like he's kind of dead.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like on autopilot.
Disassociating.
And he's just like a super piece of shit.
Right.
And so things kind of seem like they worked out a little bit too well for him at the end of the season, but it did set up for like another one where
I think more seasons.
More season probably.
Okay, gotcha.
And so yeah, pretty interesting. I think it's just like we can't keep thinking that this murderer is a good person and we like him, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so this is kind of like, and how many more seasons could we just see him
get away with it,
you know? So
yeah, I thought that this was supposed to be like the final season. So
it hasn't officially been like renewed, but I doubt it would not be.
Yeah, it seems like people are talking about it. So
yeah. I watched Terrifier 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it good?
I thought it was worse than the first one. A lot of people...
Horror movie, right?
Horror movie.
You were really into the first one because it was very freaky?
I liked it a lot because it was very freaky, and I didn't like watching it because it was so horrid. You know what I mean?
Cool.
The second one, people on like Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot just liked it more. It was like newer. I don't know. I guess I was thinking a little bit too hard about it, or maybe I had too high expectations or whatever. But it was kind of weird because Art the Clown.
Yep.
He just
Art. That's funny.
Yeah, he like runs into these girls at like a Halloween shop or whatever, and they leave, and then he just like finds their houses later. I'm sure he followed them or whatever, but I'm like, how do you know where they live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shit like that, and just some of the
he just went door to door.
I doubt that, but it's just like this. It was just like torture porn, you know, and I just like wasn't like really into it. I'm like, all right, we get it. Just
not
like,
as much sustenance.
Yeah, yeah, and like the first one was like that too, but this one the kills just weren't as, I guess, creative or like meaningful. I don't know. Nothing has meaning or anything, but it just felt like they were just doing it to do it.
Okay,
and it just kind of was a little weird. He had this like kind of sidekick in a way. It was just some demented little girl. And she had these like voice changing powers, which were super dumb.
Wait, what?
Like there's like this brother and sister, and then like the brother calls the sister and he's like, "Help, you gotta help me, I'm lost," or whatever. And I'm like, what? The rules of this universe are so weird that he just has his voice changing powers and convinces her to go find the brother, you know?
He's just like an impressionist, maybe.
Sure. The thing I did appreciate about it is that this one was made for like $250,000.
Oh wow!
And apparently the first one was made for like $35,000.
What?
Yeah, which is I'm like, this is so impressive.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like,
when was Terrifier 2 made?
2016.
Yeah, you'd think that at least throw in like a mil, you know?
I mean, if you have like no funding, then you just got to find a way to
I
make
guess
it work or whatever.
Self-done, yeah.
I thought this one would be like in the millions, you know, but no, it's just like 250 grand.
Because like a 1 mil movie in 2016,
it's like
it's still pretty low budget, you know?
Yeah. It's like, how did you make this?
Especially if there's like special effects or like CGI.
Right.
It just sounded like did the first one have that at all?
It had things that were not real. So yeah.
Okay.
I guess maybe they're all practical or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I watched that. I didn't like as much as the first one. Sarah agrees.
Bummer.
Yeah, you know. Last of Us finale.
Yeah, Last was wrapped up.
Sure did. You played the first one?
I played some of the first one.
Okay, so you were surprised.
I did not know what was happening this whole season, pretty much.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought Joel was going to die. So, that he does not, I guess, spoiler, but...
Yeah.
Daniel, did you know Ellie's mom in the show is the voice actor for Ellie in the game?
Really?
So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Also,
I was like, she looks just like her. That's crazy. And I'm like, where'd they find her?
Yeah, they mocapped her face originally in the game. So that's I thought that was pretty fun. And it's very nice knowing that now because it's like she gave birth, you know, she's like the mother of this character, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of fun.
I thought it was cool that they added that part.
Also, the voice actor for Joel was in the last episode.
I saw him
Troy
talking.
Baker, yeah.
Yeah, he got killed. He got cleavered.
He got fucking cleavered. Yeah. He had a much bigger role than I thought he was going to. So I like what they're doing.
And I guess like the person who took Ellie,
Marlene,
she was the actual...
She's Marlene in the game.
In the game,
which is cool. Because she's a good actor.
Yeah, she's very good.
That whole beginning scene is just crazy. Like with
the birth scene?
With the birth, and she's got to kill a thing, and she's about to kill herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where the fireflies are. It's just very hard to watch. Also, that guy did not cover that baby's ears.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? You had one thing to do.
She's like take him downstairs or outside or some shit. He stays right there.
Or just fucking cover him. Yeah.
Or cover the ears like you were told to.
I said
Ellie
that immediately
could have been
after.
deaf.
Right.
Like, that's not something the guns are loud, Daniel.
And it echoes.
Yeah.
In a house.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
So that's a cool explanation for why she's immune.
Yeah, so they find the fireflies. Wait, no.
There's a giraffe.
Yeah, real giraffe.
Real giraffe. Pretty cool.
Fake setting.
Very, like, yeah, fake setting, real giraffe.
I'd explained to Sarah that I was afraid of giraffes, and she's like, why?
I forgot about this. This is just more horror for you.
I was like, I'd be fucking terrified right now.
This is such a beautiful moment for like the entirety of the series.
Get the fuck out.
And you're like, oh my God. And she's like feeding it, that tongue's coming out and wrapping shit around.
Oh, terrifying.
I've fed a giraffe.
That's my terrifier,
with some shit in my mouth, and it plucked it out of my mouth. And I thought it was cute.
Oh my God.
Because it was a big long carrot or something that I was
Absolutely not.
I forgot you were afraid of giraffes.
I was like, I just don't like things that are like bigger than me. She's like, you're not the biggest thing in the world. Like, there's gonna be things that are bigger than you. I'm like, I get it, but that's way bigger.
It's so much bigger. They were I made a joke while they were like interacting with the giraffe, and I leaned over to Sophia and I'm like, this is how they get their pet giraffe. And I made it seem like they were just gonna start riding the giraffe.
Nathan, you want to know some draft trivia?
Sure.
Actually, it's more of a question. How many bones do you think are in a giraffe's neck?
12.
How many bones do you think are in a human's neck?
Just our neck?
Yeah.
So from rib cage up, or whatever the shoulders are?
Yeah.
Like 5?
Okay, so giraffes have 7 bones in their neck.
Okay.
And humans have 7 bones in their neck.
So we're just like giraffes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long? Why do you know? Why do you know this fact?
Because it blew my fucking mind when I heard it the first time.
Like, but they're not the same size.
Like, what do you mean?
I can't go that far.
There's more? You mean if I pull hard enough?
Like it's just hidden.
You mean I can do the...
Like how they fight? Dude, that's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because they're at that height where they could get fucking smacked the shit out of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe that's why they're still alive in this apocalypse. Because they just smack the fuck out of clickers.
Easily.
Yeah, they got crazy range.
So, okay. So going back to the birth thing. So... her mom was like telling Marlene, she's like, I cut the umbilical cord before I got bit. That did not happen, right?
That did not happen.
Okay.
She was bit, baby birth, then she cuts.
Do you think bit, birth, and then cut would mean like infected to other people?
Yes.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
So
'cause it's
if
like a
she
direct
was
line.
like, "Oh, I was bit and then I birthed this baby," Marlene would be like, "I gotta kill this baby."
yeah.
But
Do you think that's the reason for her like mutation or whatever?
yes, that's the very specific reason.
Okay.
They explain it because they explained it as like the fungi think that the cordyceps or whatever in her brain are fungi cordyceps, and so they just leave her alone, so she doesn't get
Right.
infected.
Well, they don't leave her alone.
Well, like
Like the fungi in the blood or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, this person's infected, so we're like, we're chill, which doesn't like make sense, but it's enough to make sense, you know?
Yeah. So anyway, they find the fireflies, and then the plan is to get the cordyceps from her brain
To make a cure.
Yeah, but
That is not guaranteed.
yeah, no, and she would die.
She would die. She was not given the choice, to be clear as well. She was like, oh, yeah, pull some blood or whatever. I don't know what's going on.
I saw a TikTok where someone's like, we do not currently have like a vaccine against like fungi infections.
Yeah.
Currently, with our 20 years past technology, and whoever was in there, like the surgeon was probably like a dropout. You know what I mean?
That's fair. But also, they did have 24-ish years to like study this exclusively, pretty much.
But they still don't have like
Some places do.
the technology. Like it's just like
Some
advanced since then.
places, some places still have like a lab open up, surely. So I would make that argument that like it's not like there's been no progress on this sort of thing up to this point.
Yeah.
I also don't think that they would have made a cure from Ellie.
Right. From whatever
I
samples
still think
that they got.
Joel's a bad person. I think he's like a villain, but like I like
Yeah.
him. You know, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like, rationally, not a good idea, but like story wise, pretty good.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah, and so, but then he just lied to her face about
Which is-
not killing everybody.
And you're a bad person, and I'm pretty sure Ellie knows.
Yeah,
Because she
she's-
wakes up and Joel's like, dude, it was crazy. We were about to get the cure, and then like a bunch of Ravagers came in, and I had to kill them all and get you out of there. It was crazy.
Yeah, barely
And
got you out.
Everybody's dead though, so like, sorry,
But we
about
got a
that.
car.
But so the whole thing's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I love that whole action scene though, where he's just making his way. Is basically just making his whole way up, shooting everybody.
He's basically just John Wick.
He's like, "Are you gonna help me?" No, sorry. Boom, you're dead.
Yeah,
I do think that ever since I think their whole vibe, this whole episode, like before, like they were attacked when they're just like walking around, it felt weird, right? Joel was like a little too happy, and that was just like wasn't.
I think he was trying to like kind of like cheer her up from like the shit from the episode before that she clearly was
Has not
traumatized by.
processed.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but it felt a little bit too much like you're my daughter now, which
Yeah.
they hadn't talked about yet, and I was like, this is a little strange.
It's not like they're gonna talk about it. Be like,
Do you want to be my daughter now?
yeah, do you want to be adopted or
Which
whatever?
they did. She was like, I'll go wherever you want to go. Because
Yeah.
there was that moment where they're looking at something very beautiful, and he's like, we don't have to do this.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think Ellie definitely would have still wanted to at least try to like get a cure. So I think she would have given up herself.
Yeah, what
for-
she said at like the end, like she thinks more about like the greater good kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even
exactly.
though that chance wouldn't have been
it would have been
the
like a
best
1 in
chance.
1,000 at best.
Yeah.
You know, like, so yeah, Joel's a bad guy, but I like it. I saw a meme where it's like a train track and it splits into two, and Joel's at the lever, and it's like Ellie in one, and then like all of humanity's like on the other train track, and Joel's like, and he saves Ellie, and I thought that was funny. But
There's
like,
like
I don't.
the exit on the freeway, you're just like cutting over.
That's definitely what it felt like. But I was like, man, it feels bad that he's lied, so he's not a good person.
It's definitely gonna come back around.
100%.
But this episode didn't really feel like a season finale. For
was very short.
The season that we got, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess kind of looking back, I wish there was like a little bit more like infected action, you know? Because I feel
Yeah.
like there wasn't a ton.
That's true.
It's more heavy in like the first couple episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very Walking Dead in that aspect. Kind of.
I feel like Walking Dead always has like at least an attack like once an episode.
That's true. Yeah, a zombie will just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That doesn't really happen in this too much. But I also think that like every scenario where like two people try to make like a life of some sort work, it just didn't work. You got like Bill and Frank. You got the kid that was deaf and his brother. And it's like all these people are just trying to make ends meet and make things happen. And they just like die eventually. So it's like, I guess Bill and Frank did have a wonderful life together.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but it's like, that's very much the recurring theme of like, you will die pretty soon, you know? So crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was good though. Good show.
Yeah, pretty good.
Jolly good show.
Jolly good show. Can't wait for season 2.
Yeah. Was that confirmed?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they want like the part 2 or whatever to be like multiple seasons, like 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because this is like part 1 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that means. And I played Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It reminds me of why I like comics so much, because comics are short and sweet and there's not side missions, you know? Because that game is way too long.
Oh, I see. So yeah, there is
because
a
I
lot
read
in
multiple
that game.
comics in the time that she was just playing a little bit of that game.
Yeah.
I'm sure she loves it, and it's really just like Fallen Order, but for wizards. You know,
But for people with sticks or whatever.
So I get it. Yeah, you customize your wand and shit.
It gives you something to sink your teeth into, which is definitely the point of the game, I think.
What's really funny is that she's not really like she doesn't like play video games. Like this is like a way in for her,
Sure.
like foot in the door kind of thing.
It's a very big game.
Very big game
someone that doesn't game,
to start
yeah.
with, yeah. And it's so funny because like I forget like about the basic mechanics that you just kind of have after playing for some time.
Yeah.
Like for example, there's a lot of spiral staircases in Hogwarts,
And she's
going up, and like she can't adjust the camera to where she follows the stairs, so she's just staring at the wall half the time.
She's just like clicking, like click, 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 click to just to just look over. And
Yeah,
like angles.
and I was like, she's like, you want to play for a little bit? I'm like, yeah. And I knew I had to go somewhere like across the map, so I went to the map, and like you can jump to wherever you need to go.
Fast travel.
She's like, I was just fucking running everywhere. I'm like,
this is in every game.
it's called like the Foo Flames or something like that.
That's so dumb.
That's how they. It's something in the movies, and she's like, oh, that's what that's for. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
You should have known this. I just kind of figured that there's some sort of fast travel.
Do you take on the big brother role, and when she can't do something, like when she's at a hard part, she's like, I need you to do this?
At first I was, but she's gotten a lot better at like the fighting stuff than me.
That's cool.
She was like gaslighting me into thinking that there's no way that she could heal herself in a battle, but there's like this little potion thing you take that refills your health.
That's cool.
And she just swore to God that it didn't exist. I'm like, there's no way you can just fight all these like giant things like in one go.
Yeah.
You know? And I do have to help with like the flying mechanics, because that's actually really hard. It's like not like normal.
Okay.
So like right is like moving, and then left is like looking, but left is
Right
also
stick?
Yeah, right stick is moving, and
Okay.
then left is like looking, but left is also move left and right.
Okay.
But it's like you can't do one without the other.
Interesting.
And so it's like actually kind of hard, you
Yeah,
know,
it seems weird.
especially when you're like going through hoops and shit like that.
Mhm.
But it's like kind of fun because it is hard.
Seems like a good game for people that like Harry Potter.
That's who this is made for,
Yeah.
you know.
Which makes sense.
Like I was making her wait to start the game so that I could play it with her, but now it's just like more she plays it and then I'm in the room.
Okay.
You know?
That's nice.
But she seems to have a good time
I
with
have a recommendation for a horror game if you ever want to do that.
Which one?
Dead Space. They just remastered it.
Oh,
Really
Dead
good game.
Space? I don't know how she feels about like sci-fi stuff, but
It's good sci-fi horror. But
what'd
anyway,
you recommend to me last week?
The Evil Within.
Evil Within. Okay. I'll have to look into that. I'll probably buy Guardians before I do any of that.
Also a good game.
Yeah.
It does take a little bit of time as well, but not as nearly as much as Hogwarts, I'm sure. So
Yeah, I'll just play it when I have time.
Yeah.
But what are we gonna read next week? Are we reading Ducks?
yeah, we should read Ducks because someone tweeted at us and didn't realize that we weren't the ones to actually read Ducks. Now we're gonna read Ducks and tell her about it.
I'm intrigued enough. So
And what she respected about the people that she heard read Ducks is that they were very poignant about it, and so I think we should read it, and I'll just be a dumbass about it when we're
is that what poignant means?
like very precise and like sophisticated analyses.
So we want to be the opposite.
So we're gonna be dumbasses.
Be like, where the fuck are the ducks?
Yeah, like
I wanted to learn about ducks.
when we see the first duck, we're gonna be like, "This is the duck that the Ducks is about," you know, shit like that.
Where's the king duck?
Yeah, and she was like, she enjoyed the depth and thoughtfulness that they had put into it. So I can't wait to just skim through. I don't even know how long Ducks is.
There's not enough ducks here.
If it's actually really long, I don't think we should read it. But let me see.
Yeah, we should probably consider that. It's probably like 200 pages, right?
It seemed like it wasn't too long.
It's like an indie book. 425 pages.
Ooh, never mind. We're not reading
Never
ducks.
mind. We are transitioning.
We'll do it at some point, maybe.
So we're not doing Dracula anymore.
Good.
Because I looked and there's nothing I want to do. There's like
I didn't want to do it at all.
I know. There's like the Tomb of Dracula, but that's like all 80s shit.
Sure.
So we're not doing that anymore. So we have like 2-ish weeks
Okay.
of whatever we want to do. So do you have any other ideas?
New X-Men by
House of X?
New X-Men, meaning like Morrison and Quitely. I don't know how long that is, but that's always one where it's like people are like, you should read this and it's good. 136 pages on Comixology.
We can do that.
Yeah, and have we ever done an X-Men? Like just X-Men?
We've done X-Force.
That's it.
Avengers versus X-Men.
And we did Old Man Logan.
And Old Man Logan.
Yeah, we've never done X-Men. Isn't that insane?
We did Deadpool.
We've done everything around X-Men except for X-Men.
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. New X-Men next week.
E is for Extinction. Very, very good title.
All right. Go follow us. We got Linktree. Daniel does YouTube, works really hard.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Email
at us
with suggestions that aren't 400 pages like Ducks.
I'll start reading Ducks and see if it flows really well if we want to do that later.
Okay, I think we should do that because it's supposed to be really good.
Okay.
But
I've never heard of it, but whatever.
It's on Obama's list of things that he likes. That's the only thing I know
Obama
about
loves
this book.
ducks. You heard it first.
It's for real. It's a real thing. It's a real list.
I believe you.
All right.
tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
Email us with suggestions. All right, bye.
All right, bye.